We're going to get this thing started, and I just want to have a real conversation with each and every one of you. If that's okay with you, I like to keep it real. So we're going to have a little bit of a conversation today, okay? Okay, so let me share a few things with you all. Okay, let me share a kind of give you, wow, it's snowing. It is literally snowing out there. But anyways, we're gonna kick this off. Okay, so let me share a few things with you all, and then I'll kind of share with you all why I'm sharing these things. Okay, and so let me just kick it off. Okay, so February of last year, I had walked away from the industry of network marketing. Well, basically, I wasn't receiving a check from any company anymore. I wasn't burnt out from the industry, but here's what I tell you, I didn't have the belief in the industry anymore, meaning that I'd seen so many opportunities on the horizon that were outside of network marketing that took less effort to make money. And I figured, hey, then it doesn't really make sense to do network marketing anymore, because I always did network marketing because I always felt like it was a vehicle to help people make money, right? I was a broke college dropout. And so the reason why I joined network marketing was because I wanted to earn additional income. And over the years, you've seen a lot of different things transition. You've seen a lot of companies come and go, right? And here's what I can tell you, right? I basically walked away from the industry because what I realized was that if a next door neighbor were to knock on my door and say, hey man, can you help me make an extra $500 a month? You know what I was going to tell them? I was going to tell them to just go download the Uber app or go download the Lyft app and go start driving and make money. Because what the industry of network marketing has failed to do over the last, in my opinion, over the last 6-7 years, is they've failed to create an equal opportunity playing field where the masses can win, not just the top 5%ers, right? You hear all the time in network marketing. One statistic that I was so sick of in network marketing was, only the 5% make money and make it to the top. And so if you want to make money, you got to be a 5%er. And I hated that statistic because in my mind, I was always like, well, how do we change that? How do we flip it? How do we actually create something where 100% of the people can actually make money? Right now, I'm not here to say that I solved this. I solved the problem, or I had the solution. But what I'll tell you is that was on my mind for months and months and months, and that's why I finally walked away from the industry of network marketing, because I was like, it doesn't make sense anymore. Here's why. Well, most companies charge, and by the way, this is not anything that's wrong with network marketing. It's simply the fact that it's just simply outdated, and there hadn't been a company that had come onto the scene that had completely innovated it, right? So for so long, network marketing had been, hey, sign up and pay $1,000 to join. Right, so you have to pay $1,000 to join or pay $500 to join. That was always number one. I always hated that. I always hated companies that made you or forced you or made you feel like you had to purchase big packs if you were a leader. Like, if you take your life serious, man, you don't purchase a $500 pack, you purchase a $1,000 pack, right? That's what I saw a lot in network marketing. I'm like, look, I take my life very serious, but that still doesn't mean I want to pay $1,000 to join your deal, right? That was number one. Number two is I kept seeing the same old overpriced products that cost you between $140 to $220 a month. Okay, $140 to like $220 a month. Right? I hated that because it's not affordable. Like if you're talking about how you should be on this product and it's costing you $180 a month and you're thinking, gosh, my spouse needs it too. Now you're paying like $360 a month. You can go get a brand new 2020 car lease for that amount or less. Right? So when we're talking about masses, when we're talking about the world being able to be a part of what you do, I didn't really feel like most of that made sense. Right? So anyways, that was one thing, right? The next thing was that in order for you to actually make any kind of money, like let's keep a simple number in hand. Okay, let's keep the number $500 a month. Okay, for someone to make $500 in a month, here's what you needed to do. Of course, if you're selling big packs, you might only need to sell 8 big packs for you to make $500 one time. It's not residual, it's just one time, right? So So here's the thing. Like, if you want to go make $500 a month, and whether it's a uni level or it's a binary, like if it's a uni level compensation plan to make $500 a month, you're gonna need about $7,000 to $8,000 a month in sales spread out between 3 legs. If it's in a binary, then you're going to need what is it, like 15 people on your left, 15 people on your right who all purchase what you purchase just to break even. If you want to make $500 a month in a binary, you're gonna need about 50 people on your left and 50 people on the right, right? Like that's basically what the numbers are, right? Wow, that's crazy. $1,400 package. Okay. So anyways, what I saw was kind of like, well, that's a lot and it's fine, but then you have to attend all the events and you have to attend all the leadership retreats, and you have to make sure that you're reading a book a week. And not that that stuff's bad, but what I'm telling you all is that, like, I just didn't feel like it was for the masses, because what I've seen for so long is a brand new person joins the industry of network marketing, and then guess what happens? They have a 2-hour getting started guide. They're walking them through how to build your why. They're walking them through how to build a list. They're walking them how to do the perfect invite. They're walking them through how to do the perfect social media post. They're walking them through how to go do a Facebook Live. They're walking people through all these things just for someone to be able to get out there and make some money. And what I came to realize was, like, if you have this entire training platform that someone needs to learn to have success, then what ultimately ends up happening is, if a brand new person joins your deal and when they join your deal, you go through this entire getting started stuff, guess what's going to happen in their minds? Right off the bat, what's going to happen is they're going to actually think that they first need to learn all this information that you just gave them in order to actually win. So they're never going to get into activity. You get them into this personal development mentality where they're always feeling like they're missing something to win. They're always reading the next book, or they're always doing the next audio or the next seminar. They're never ranking up because they're never really getting into action. Sweat equity will teach you more about personal growth than anything else out there, right? So anyways, that was kind of like my conclusion. And I was like, this really does suck, because I love this industry of network marketing, but I didn't really have the belief anymore. I had the belief that, or I didn't have the belief that if I were to talk to someone that was just wanting to make $500 a month, that it was even worth it to do through network marketing, because it was just going to take way too much, right? Now, I hadn't seen a company innovate until we sat down with my current company that we're with, right? If you're a part of Team Revolution, hashtag Team Revolution in the comments, right? If you feel what I'm saying, drop a 1 in the comments if you feel what I'm saying, right? What I'll tell you is this, like, by the way, there's nothing wrong with personal development. Like, I look at my last 11 years, I can tell you all the personal development I've done, and that's why I'm at where I'm at today. But I'll tell you that 90% of the people don't really care about getting to where I'm at. Most people are just thinking, gosh, if I could just make $1,200 a month to cover the mortgage, if I could just make $500 a month to cover the groceries, right? And all these things. So what I wanted to create was something where it was like, okay, listen, the way you get a customer and the way you get a distributor and the way you launch a distributor is all the same way. I hated to have different things. I hated when it was like, hey, this is what you do if you're going after a customer. And in my mind, I was always like, well, how do you know if they only want to be a customer? How do you know if they don't want to make money? And then they said, oh, this is how you approach people if you want to talk about money. And it was like, oh, by the way, when you get someone in, this is how you launch them. And I was like, that's so complicated. And I don't know, like, maybe most of y'all are a lot smarter than I am. I'm a very simple guy, but I always felt like if we could create something where the way you acquire a customer, the way you acquire a distributor, and the way you launch a distributor is the same exact way, then I feel like that's what really creates not just duplication, but that creates multiplication, that something can actually multiply. And let me tell you all, at first, this was just a concept. This was just an idea. I didn't know if it was actually going to be real, but when we put the system together that we did for our company through Team Revolution, okay, through that 100% ePic customer group that today is close to 170,000 members, that me and my business partner Demetrius started. We were the first 2 people to put that group together, only ones there, and now there's over close to 170,000 members. Then I didn't know it was going to turn into that, right? So what we did was, we didn't know if it was going to work. We just did it. But let me share a little bit of proof as to why it worked, or let me give you proof to prove to you that it worked, okay? Because we finally did make it work. In our company, in Team Revolution specifically, the way you get a customer, the way you get a distributor, and the way you launch a distributor is all the same exact way. You don't have to spend hours and hours and hours of training. That's why our people, our leaders are moving fast. Okay, and let me prove this to you. Okay, from the month of December 1st till January 31st, we grew by 2,000 distributors. Okay, not a lot, but 2,000 distributors. Okay, from February 1st to February 29th, we grew by 5,000 additional distributors for a total of 7,000 distributors. Okay, in the month of March, we doubled and we grew by an additional 7,000 distributors for a total of 14,000 distributors in the month of March. Okay, in the month of April, we took it to 24,000 distributors. And in the month of May, it surpassed 35,000 distributors, okay? Tens of thousands of customers. I'm just talking about distributors. I'm not talking about customers. But yes, tens upon tens of thousands of customers, more customers than distributors, okay? We proved the model to work. That was the important thing. We proved the model to work, okay? December, 100,000 a month in sales. January, okay? So month 1, December, 300,000 a month in sales. Month 2, January, was 300,000 a month in sales. Month 3, which was February, guess what? $1 million in sales for that month. March, month 4, we did 2.4 million in sales. Team Revolution, okay? Team Revolution. I'm not talking company-wide. I'm talking about Team Revolution, okay? 2.4 million in March, okay? April, boom, it did 3 million. Okay, and then May, we doubled to $6 million in sales. Team Revolution has surpassed $12 million in sales in under 6 months. And guess what? We broke 29 people to the top rank of the compensation plan, and thousands of distributors out there ranking up or earning income or something like that, right? So we proved the model to work. Now, let me tell you what happens when something like that happens, because that is revolutionary. That's why we named the Team Revolution, right? We named it Team Revolution because we felt like it was a real revolution, right? The revolution simply means when people gather around and they say, we're going to change something. We're going to do it different. And so that's what happened. I was like, the old model is broken. Here we have a new model, and boom, we're going to just wipe the floor with everything that we have, because we're just going to dominate the industry. And that's what we've done. There's not been another company that has done $12 million in sales in 6 months, unless, of course, they were bringing leaders with big teams, or unless they were selling $1,000 packages, or unless they were, flying people in and convincing them to join or giving away positions. I am proud to say that this is self-made. Every single one of you part of Team Revolution, you're self-made. None of us were given deals. None of us were given money. None of us were, getting paid to join. We joined because we saw something magical here, and we went to work. And let me tell you all something. What begins to happen when you experience that kind of growth? Because sometimes people don't understand this, or at least the masses don't understand this. And I want to vocalize it a little bit, and I hope that's okay. It's not really vocalized, but I think I'm okay. If I get in trouble for it, it's okay. I'm not going to say anything that's not true. But hey, real quick, while I take a sip of water, put a 1 in the comments if you're loving this Facebook Live. Share it on your Facebook profile. Share it into the chat. Let's get as many people as we can here, and let's get some ones dropping, okay? That's so awesome. Okay. So, so let me share with you, because here's the thing. So now there's this story in the industry of how, bepic is dominating. There's a story of how, there's people earning 6 figures a month, and people ranking up, and, people on their way to becoming millionaires in this deal in just 6 months. Okay. So, but let me tell you all something, because, I feel like sometimes people think, oh, that guy's successful, I would like to be him. I don't think most of y'all would actually want to trade places with me. Like, if you knew all the stuff that we actually have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, because it's not always the easiest thing, right? So let me share something with you. I believe that every company owner in the industry of network marketing, okay, this is what I honestly believe. I think, well, and maybe I'm wrong, but I would like to at least believe that every CEO in network marketing and direct sales at least has the intention of one day having a company that hits momentum. And a lot of the time, CEOs don't know if that company is actually going to hit into momentum, and they don't know how fast it'll get, or when that point will finally come, if it ever comes, because for most companies it never comes. But let me tell y'all something. So here's what happens when you're building a business. Let's say this is your product, okay? Which, by the way, we do have a water product coming. So if you want to get paid to drink water, just message me, okay? But let's say this is your product that you're going to sell. Okay, and let's say you have a manufacturer, okay, and a formulator, and they say, hey, we're gonna charge you $1 a bottle, okay, because you're only gonna order 1,000. But if you order 100,000 bottles, we're gonna drop the price to 30 cents, okay? And so think about that for a moment if you're a business owner, right? If your company doesn't have any momentum, you don't know what's going on, as much as you don't want to go for the 100,000, you'd probably still go for the 1,000, because you don't, like, what if you purchase $100,000 worth of that product and it's just sitting there at a manufacturing facility, and because there's no momentum, because there's nothing happening, no one's buying it, you just went into debt, and eventually the product expires and you have to throw it away and you're out for money, right? So you have to be smart as a business owner. You have to be smart as a CEO, right? So let me share something that happens, guys. I'm sharing this so y'all understand that it's not always the easiest road. It's not always the easiest journey. Okay. It's not always the easiest thing, right? But it's sure as heck worth it. Let me share something with you. Okay. So bepic goes from, I don't know how much sales they were doing. All I know is in the US, they were doing about 100,000 a month in volume. Now they're doing, 5 million. Canada was doing like 1,000 a month in volume. Now Canada's doing like, close to 400,000 in volume, right? Like whatever, like UK was doing nothing. Now they're a couple 100,000 a month in volume. Australia, New Zealand were doing nothing. Now it's close to 100,000 a month in volume, right? So we're dominating on all sectors here, and we are going to take this company global. So it's going to be heard every single country around the world over time. Okay, but let me share with you what begins to happen. When something like this begins to happen, when this kind of growth begins to happen, let me give you the kind of hiccup that we ran into in February. Well, all of a sudden, we didn't have as much as one of our products in the warehouse, right? So they had to work around that, get that higher going, okay? Got that solved. Then what happens? March, right? Like the COVID hits, people get shut down, whatever. We still kept fighting through. We're still doubling in sales, but shipping starts to delay a little bit, okay? Then all of a sudden, because it delays, it's like, let's say, for example, you're backtracked 20,000 orders, but because the company is in such hot momentum and it's growing by 1,000 new orders or 2,000 new orders every single day, look at like the challenges that begin to happen. They are really called growing pains, right? Or volume exploding so massively that you start to see glitches in the software, right? Because it wasn't prepared for that kind of growth, right? So it's these growing pains that you have to deal with, right? And let me tell you all something. It has not been the easiest road. Do you all realize that the more success you have, the more arrows are being shot at your back? That's just the truth, right? But here's the thing, and this is why it's important to understand that, like, on your way, as you're evolving in your life as an entrepreneur, as a person, you start to develop thick skin. And as you start to climb this mountain, right, it's like they say, more money, more problems, Biggie, right? More money, more problems. But I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I do know one thing: the problems sure as heck do not go away. Okay, you just become stronger. You become wiser. You become smarter. You become thicker skinned. Does that make sense? So, but let me tell y'all something. There have been companies that have directly taken shots at our company. There have been CEOs and owners and top earners of other companies taking shots at our company, taking shots at even leaders and names. Okay. There's been a lot of fake articles, negative articles written about like certain leaders or the owner or the company, or just in general. There's been a lot of negativity around that. Let me tell you why. Because while all these companies have been a slow turtle, here comes bepic that just goes on the rise. But I want to share something with you all because I think this is important, and it's important. It's important because I believe that like I don't consider myself the most influential person, but what I do feel like is I have a pretty loud voice in the sense that, like, if I say something, a lot of people hear me, and I feel like because of that, I can help influence people in the right direction, because I want to make sure that as we're growing this future billion-dollar company, that you guys know the way I roll, okay? And this is the way I roll, okay? And this is the way my business partner Demetrius rolls as well, okay? So when you're getting arrows getting shot at you, when you got CEOs from other companies shooting arrows at you, when you got owners from other companies shooting arrows at you, when you got fake news, fake articles trying to put us down and all that stuff, and here's bepic still growing, baby, still growing. When you got all those things happening, dang right, for a moment you're thinking to yourself, man, like let's go. You know what I mean? But let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you why we are where we are today, why Team Revolution is the future, why bepic is the future. It's because we're not going to lower our standards, okay? We're not going to lower our standards, right? As a matter of fact, we're going to continue to raise our standards. We're going to continue to elevate, okay? Let me use another word. Let's call it amplify. We're going to amplify differently. We're going to amplify with respect. We're going to amplify by using positive words. We're going to amplify by not talking negative about other people, even if they're talking negative about us. We're going to keep focused. We're going to keep driving. We're going to keep moving, and we will keep breaking records. This is not who's right or who's wrong. This is all about, at the end of the day, if we raise our standards, we raise better leaders, we raise a better culture, we raise a better family, we raise a better company, we raise better volume, right? That the proof is just in the pudding, guys. There's something magical happening here at bepic. I'm telling you, there's something magical happening here. I don't know what it is, okay? But there's just something magical happening here that hasn't happened in this industry in a very long time. And it hasn't happened. And I think a lot of times people are like, oh, look at that young kid that's running the show over there. And I'm like, do you guys realize I have 11 years experience, 11 years of doing this deal full time, being a full-time entrepreneur on 100% base commissions, right? And one thing I've learned is this: keep loving people, right? Especially with everything going on in this day and age. More love needs to be sent out. More gratitude needs to be sent out. So if you have negative articles being thrown around about the company or about us or whatever, and you feel like getting back at people, I'll show you how to get back at them in a very positive way. But first things first, keep loving on them. Keep sending them good vibes, because this is one thing I learned from Bob Proctor. I've learned a lot of things I've learned a lot of things from Bob Proctor, but here's one thing that really does, like always, help me understand people more. And it can be summed up into one simple sentence, and that is simply this, is that you shouldn't get mad at people for how they behave, because they're simply operating at their level of awareness, okay? Love them where they're at. Keep raising your awareness, keep raising your vibration, keep raising your frequency, your leadership, your vision, your activity, and the rest will follow suit, okay? I make a commitment to Team Revolution that we are just getting started. We will continue to break records in this industry. And let me tell you all why this is happening. Let me tell you, well, the bottom line is Team Revolution is the best team in network marketing history. It's the best team in network marketing history. I'm going to say it again. Team Revolution is the best team in network marketing history. And I don't say that just to say it, okay? Like, I'm not saying just to say it. You guys are doing things that have never been done before, and you need to take note of that, okay? Because sometimes I'm like talking to Demetrius, and I'm like, bro, do you realize what the team is doing right now? Do you realize that this has never been done before? Like, you guys need to look in the mirror tonight and be like, I am freaking amazing, because what you're doing in this company has never been done before in this industry. I can promise you, Okay, so what I'll tell you is this, okay? Keep loving people regardless of where they're at, because they're only operating and reacting to their level of awareness, okay? But not you. Don't be like that. Operate at a higher level, okay? So let me tell you all why bePic's breaking records, just to wrap it up here, okay? And Melissa Bradshaw says, Biggie, hey, drop a 2 in the comments if you're getting value. Drop a 2 in the comments if you're excited for the future. Drop a 2 in the comments for Revolution, baby. Team Revolution. Drop a 2 in the comments below. Okay? I have, like, on your way to success, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? There is more frustrating days than there are good days, okay? What I've learned to do is turn my frustrating days into frustrating moments. So when I'm frustrated, I move my brain to gratitude. When I'm really frustrated, I move my butt to the treadmill. You know, when I'm really frustrated, I got to go, have a conversation with the wife. She needs to put me in place, or I have to call Demetrius. He puts me in place. I feel like I'm just this tornado that makes a mess, and then I have a good team that helps me back it up. But what I'll tell you is, bePic is breaking, you're going to have more frustrating days than positive ones, and your job is just to identify that, okay? Don't be so down on yourself because you were maybe negative for a moment, but don't allow yourself to be negative for a day, because that turns into a week, and that turns into a month, that turns into a year. Next thing you know, a year from now, you're launching into a new company. A year from now, you're doing something else, because you recruit yourself into something based on excitement, and then you recruit yourself out of it based on excitement, okay? So, you okay? Yeah, 1 second, guys. Okay. My little girl. We're out here at Park City. So, anyways, so don't be so hard on yourself, right? When you're negative, just, get yourself out of it, right? If there's a situation you're mad about, you don't need to spread the poison. And I shouldn't call it poison. You don't want to, like, if you're feeling down because of a certain situation and you go post it in like, chats or groups, you're spreading it to everybody, right? And I've always learned to work higher, right? Like, hello, you reach up to God, right? Like, reach up to your upline, right? Reach up to somebody above that can help you. The point is this, okay? Learn to discipline your disappointments. I really like that a lot. I didn't learn that like 7 years, like, into this business. I'm a slow learner, man. But okay, so let me tell you all why bePic is breaking records, and then we're gonna hop off this, okay? So, because it's snowing outside, but they have this pool right in front of our room here that's like steamed, and it's 80 degrees, so we're gonna hop in. But here's what I'll tell you. bePic is breaking records for numerous reasons. Number one is because bePic doesn't charge you thousands of dollars to sign up. They don't charge you $1,000. They don't charge you hundreds of dollars. To be a part of bePic, you either pay $20 or you can actually sign up for free. If you sign up for free, you have 30 days to earn unlimited income, okay, before you actually upgrade, right? So, and when you upgrade, guess how much it is? $20. Okay. This is not a $500 opportunity. This is not a $1,000 opportunity. This is like a legit, a free business opportunity. You can sign up for free and upgrade in 30 days, and you can earn unlimited income in those 30 days. Okay. So there have been people that have earned income during those 30 days. A lot of people, when they even came in for free. When you look at all the big companies out there, when you look at Google or Gmail, when you look at Facebook, when you look at Instagram, when you look at Snapchat, when you look at TikTok, guess what? All you have to do to be a part of those big networks is what? Enter your name and your email. With bePic, guys, it's the same thing. That's number one. And to me, that's common sense. Okay. The next thing is this. We pay a 50% let me backtrack. The next thing is the products. We have a product that's freaking affordable. Okay. And not only is it affordable, it's necessary, because it's simply high performance nutrition. You wake up in the morning, you take 1 capsule with some water, and it floods your body with nootropics, floods your body with whole food nutrition, fruits and vegetables. You feel amazing throughout the day. I'm telling you what, if in the morning when I wake up, because I wake up really, really early, if I can just freaking army crawl to that freaking green capsule and take it with some water, I feel good the rest of the day, right? Now at night, we have a product called Accelerate. purple capsule, white capsule. White capsule helps you get deep sleep, which how many people suffer from a lack of good sleep? Not anymore for me. And at the same time, it also helps with gut health because it feeds your body the proper nutrition. It's a light detox, probiotics, digestive blend. You feel really good. Okay, so it's a 24-hour system, extremely affordable. Okay, here's the next thing. The third thing is 50% retail. 50% retail is extremely powerful, and here's why. Because if you go get one customer that orders the Elevate Accelerate combo at $99, we pay you a 50% retail on the dollar amount. That's $50. Okay, so that means you go get 10 customers right now that order the Elevate and Accelerate combo, and guess what? That's $500. Okay, let's say you go acquire one customer a week for a year. That's 52 customers. If you have 52 customers that are reordering the Elevate and Accelerate combo every month, that's an extra $32,000 a year in income. Now, I want to say this. I am not making any income claims. This company does not make income claims. I do not make any income claims. Everything is based on your personal effort. You may make a lot. You may make nothing. It's absolutely up to you. It's 100% commission based. Okay, but 50% retail. How many of y'all out there, okay, Team Revolution, how many of you guys out there are loving the 50% retail model? Let me know in the comments if you're loving that's what got me into this business was the 50% retail model. The rest of the compensation plan could have been crappy and I still would have done it because of the 50% retail model. Because I'm thinking, gosh, if this right here is $5, I can make $2.50. In a month's supply, let's say this is like $60, I can make $30. There's not a company out there in network marketing that does that. Now, there may be companies that say, yeah, we pay 50% retail, but number one, it's 50% retail on the volume. And so if you go have a customer order $99 worth of product and it's worth 70 points, 50% retail is $35, that's not it. That's not 50% retail. That's 50% volume, dude, right? So there's differences, right? So learn to see between the lines. Okay, 50% retail is magical. We have lifestyle bonuses that allow you to earn an extra $700 a month in lifestyle bonuses just with an extra $2,400 in volume every month. Team volume, not personal volume, but team volume, right? We can get into all the details on that later on. Of course, there's check matches, global bonus pools. But the last thing I'm going to tell you as to why we're blowing up, okay, is because of the product at 50% retail. And the last thing I'll tell you is because of the system. Okay, the system, the Team Revolution system. Team Revolution is a creator of the 100% ePic group page. If there's anyone watching this live and you see Team Revolution watching this right now, these guys created the 100% ePic customer group that now has gone from 4 people from December 1st till today. There's close to 170,000. Okay, let me tell you why it's magical. Because we've created a universal system where people are getting customers, distributors, and launching distributors the same exact way. I can teach you in less than 30 seconds, maybe even less than 20 seconds, but let's just say I can tell you right now in 30 seconds or less how to go acquire customers, distributors, and go launch distributors. Okay, and this was actually a real gift because back in December, so many people are pouring in and there's not a lot of leadership at the time, right? We're just all new to the whole thing. Now there's tons and tons of layers of leadership, but at the time there wasn't. And so because I was so busy, people would reach out to me and say, hey, I just signed up. How do I get started? And I tell them in a quick minute, or I tell them in like a quick one-liner. Hey, this is what you got to do. Do it. Boom. And guess what? The whole thing was duplicating, all because of the system was so dang simple. You don't have to come into this company and become a 5%er to make 5% kind of income. You don't need to come into this company and learn how to posture up and talk like a millionaire for you to go recruit new people. You don't have to do none of that. We have a simple system and we're helping the masses be able to utilize it in a way where they can maybe go out there and the stay-at-home mom can now help cover the mortgage, right? Or maybe the single mom can now cover all the expenses every month, plus she's got a job, right? Or we maybe have that couple that is, 60 years old and they don't have retirement, right? Or maybe their retirement is $300 a month. And because of the 50% retail, because of the system that was put together, now maybe they can earn an extra $1,000 a month to help ease a little bit of that financial pain, right? Or maybe you're just wanting to travel, right? Whatever it is, we created a universal system. Now, we didn't come up with this out of thin air. There were other people that tried to put it together in other companies. We just executed it better. And that's the truth, right? And so that's why this is amazing, because I can take a brand new person that has never done network marketing before, and I can also take someone that's done network marketing and never had success, and I can bring him into this deal. And if you work with us, if you work with the leaders here, you will go out and create this kind of success that you want for you. Okay, I am very passionate about what I do, and I'm very vocal. And here's what I'll tell you. There's always going to be speed bumps on the road. It's just the road of life, you all. That's just what it is. If it's not shipping going fast enough, it's software glitches. If it's not software glitches, it's customer service. If it's not customer service, it's some dummies out there in the industry trying to post fake articles or trying to talk smack about us or trying to talk negative. But here's what I challenge every single one of you to do is elevate your life, amplify it in a higher way, in a way where you're not lowering your standards and being like the rest of the people that just like to talk smack or like to just call leaders and say, hey, let me pay you to come here, or hey, let me offer you this and that. We're building a real business. I am proud of every single one of Team Revolution, every single member of Team Revolution, the 35,000 plus of you all. I'm proud of you because you've gone through the speed bumps. You have held yourself to a higher standard, and all I ask of every one of you is continue to hold yourself to that higher standard. I'm telling you all right now, you're going to live a much more peaceful life. If you're sitting there talking smack, trying to fight and argue with fools, no one's ever going to win that argument. The only winner is the person that realizes how to walk away and keep moving forward. And let me share that last thing with you. How do you get back at people? Okay? I'm going to tell you all, I'm the first one that wants to get back at people. Okay? So I'm going to tell you how. This started for me when I was 22 years old, and I was talking to a seven-figure earner. And back then, I'll tell you what, I didn't have the money, I didn't have the rank, I didn't have the credibility, I didn't have nothing. But I did have courage to reach out to people because I was willing to do whatever it took to become financially free. I remember reaching out to somebody. She's a very successful individual, earned 7 figures, right? And I reached out to her and I said, hey, I want to share this with you. Let me know if you're open. And you know what she said to me? She said, well, even if I was open, why the heck would I ever sign up with someone like you? She's like, you're not a 7-figure earner. You're not a 6-figure earner. You're just a brand new person in the industry. So I was like, okay, is that a yes or a no? Number one, like you could have just said no, right? But anyways, what I did was I screenshot that. I still have that till today. And I promised myself, one day I'm going to out-earn this person. One day I'm going to out-earn this person. I kept it in my phone. Just kept it in my phone. And I kept working, and I kept working, and I kept working. Okay? Let me tell you something else. When I got started in network marketing, everyone thought that I was crazy. Everyone thought that I was crazy. No one believed in me, right? Rightfully so. I didn't have any credibility for people to believe in me. So everyone said, you're not going to win at those things. Only the top elite will ever make money. You're not a top elite. You're not going to make money. You're a college dropout. You're joining network marketing, dude. You're not going anywhere in life. Okay? Let me share something else with you. I used to have an upline in my first company that would, he was the master distributor, okay? And I was taught to edify the master distributor. I was taught to say, hey, you should, talk to this guy because he's successful and blah, 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 blah. You know what he used to do? He used to take the people I'd introduce him to and he'd sponsor them on his weaker legs, whatever. It was a unilevel back then. It was just, he was sponsoring people on other legs, right? Because he wanted the check match, right? Like, I'm telling you, people. And when I found out about it and I confronted him about it, you know what he said? He said that it just made sense because, I wasn't a good enough leader to actually help them win anyways, right? So I'm just sharing these things with you because as I look back at, the person that said they would never let me sponsor them because I was a nobody, I wasn't a 7-figure earner, 6-figure earner, and I was you know what? I'm going to out-earn this person one day. And all the people that said, hey, you're never going to make it, I told them, I said, one day I'll make it. And that guy, the old master distributor, used to take the people that I'd introduce him to. I told myself, I went out of business. I quit business with him. But one day I used to look up to him and I said, I'm going to earn more money than this faker here, this whatever, right? And so what I ended up doing, guys, is I just went on my own path, my own journey in life. And there was a lot of stumbling blocks. I went through a lot of crap. But anyways, ultimately, guess what? I'm in a position today where I earn a lot more money than that person that one day that told me that she would never let me sponsor her because I wasn't a 7-figure earner. Well, if you're watching now, you probably know who you are. Guess what? I'm making more money than you. Right? That's number one. Okay. Number two is every single person that didn't believe in me back then, right? All the people that talk smack about me said, oh, that's a college dropout. Oh, now he's going into network marketing. Oh, he's like, stay away from that guy. Like he ain't going nowhere in life. Well, look at you now. Right. And I'm not like boasting. So let me cool off a little bit. But what I'm saying is like, I now live my life. I built my life. I built this 7-figure income. Right? And guess what's most important about this journey is that 7-figure income could go away tonight and I would go recreate it again in 90 days or less because I gained the skills. I gained the rhino skin. I gained the mindset. I gained the know-how. Like you can take me to any part of the world and drop me off. I don't care where it's at. Thailand. You can go drop me off in Peru. You can go drop me off in the UK. You can go drop me off anywhere in Canada. And I'll bet you what? Because of everything that I've endured, all the books I've read, all the people that have talked smack behind my back, or all the people that screwed me over, whatever it is, guess what? All that stuff taught me. There's always a lesson. There's always a lesson in every experience. And that's why don't get so defensive about it. Don't try to get back at people by using words and stuff like that. Send them good vibes. Right? Send them good vibes. Understand that they're operating at their low level of awareness and you're better than that. Right? And get to work and prove to yourself that you can do it, because that's what I wanted to prove to me, that I could do it. And I just kept going and I just kept going and I just kept going. And all those people today, the old upline that used to take my people, guess what? I make more money than him too. And it's not about money. It was just like a measuring stick of success for me. And I was like, I want to be more successful than this guy. Right? I just want to be more successful because you know what? Let me tell you what I didn't like was I sometimes ran into certain people that were in a position of influence and they didn't realize how much influence they had and they used it in the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like if you have any kind of influence, which we all have influence, like if you have a kid at home or if you're living with someone, you have a level of influence around them, right? And I just believe that as you start to climb the leadership ranks of life, okay, whatever that means, but as you start to gain more of an influence over more people, I think it's a responsibility to handle yourself in a different way. Now, I'm far from perfect, and I make mistakes every single day, and I got to own up to it, right? Sometimes I got to apologize, all right? It is what it is. But let me tell you all something, okay? I believe that if you're a part of Team Revolution, okay, what we're representing here is something bigger than just a product and something bigger than even just a compensation plan. It's a way of life. It's a standard that we're going to stand up and we're going to rep this company with everything that we've got. That we're going to rep the owner. We're going to rep the company, the products, the plan, the leadership. Why? Because every part of it is important for us to continue to win. Team Revolution will continue to break records. Let's keep holding ourselves to higher standards. Keep your mind positive. And when all else is failing around you, keep your mind in gratitude, because at the end of the day, no matter what's going on around you, like all the emotions, the most powerful one is always going to be love and gratitude, right? And that's why every single morning, guys, there's this meditation audio by Bob Proctor. And if you want the audio, drop audio in the comments. I talked about this last week. Hey, drop a 2 in the comments if you're excited about this. By the way, if you're getting value from this, share it onto your Facebook page, Facebook walls. Let's get this message out there, because this is about standards. It's not so much about companies. It's just more about standards. It's a way of life. But I'll tell you, every single morning I wake up, and I wake up early. I wake up early because I have a wife and 4 kids. And oh my gosh, I'm creeping through the hallway so no one even hears a creak, because the moment I wake up one kid, they all wake up. And when they all wake up, I don't start my morning right. I have to have my peaceful, by myself morning routine. And it always starts off, it's always started off with an audio, like a meditation audio. But as of recently, I've been listening to this Bob Proctor audio. And it's called Relax. You could actually go to YouTube and type in Bob Proctor -relax and it'll pop up. But anyone that's commenting audio, I'll put it in the comments later on today as well, or I'll send it to you privately. But the audio talks about I lay on the floor when I do this. I'll go into my office, I lay on the floor, put my headset, close my eyes, and it just takes you through this exercise of you're relaxing. Every part of your body is relaxing. You see all negativity and guilt and contention leave your body. And when that happens, I literally begin to envision something going into my body and pulling out all the crap stuff, whether it's negative thoughts or whether it's guilt, or whether it's contention against someone, or maybe I'm bothered at someone, or whatever. It takes it out, and I envision this thing taking it out, putting it into a garbage can, and I put the garbage can outside. Garbage truck comes in, throws it away, and goes away with it, right? I envision this thing, and then it slowly walks you through seeing this door, and it's the most magnificent door that you've ever seen in your life. And you open it, and you walk in, and when you walk into this when you see this magnificent door and you start to walk in, you see the most magnificent room that you've ever seen in your entire life. And it's called the Art of Creation room. The Art of Creation room, where you now start to experience every single thing that you really want in life. You start to experience your vision board, right? So I start to envision my family in different parts of the world. I start to envision bags of money just pouring in. I start to envision a bunch of Team Revolution leaders on stages speaking to tens of thousands of people. I envision these things. I really get emotionalized with this, okay? And I practice this exercise, and then it kind of goes into then you walk out of the room, and anyways, it's this really cool exercise. It's about 21 minutes long, but let me tell you something. If you ever wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is look at your messages and all the negative stuff happening, you know what's going to happen is you're already reactive the rest of the day. You're not in a good mood, right? And so a lot of the times we're not really intentional with our mornings, and I think that's really, really powerful. So every single morning before anything, if you do that, you close your eyes and you listen to that Bob Proctor Relax audio, I can promise you that when you open your eyes after that audio, you're in such a powerful state of gratitude that you almost feel like you could accomplish anything in life. And that's the real trick to everything, guys. When you're in a negative vibration, when you're not thinking good about yourself, when you have negative thoughts, when you have a lot of contention, if you're having negative conversations with people, if you're talking smack about people, guess what? You're doing it to yourself. And that's the crazy part about it. You know who gets hurt in an argument? Yourself. Right? You know who gets hurt when you're talking smack about people? Well, people, of course, but you're hurting yourself. You're hurting your reputation. You don't need none of that. So listen to powerful audios and get yourself in a state of gratitude. And when you do that, that's when powerful things really start to come into your life. 6 months ago, I can promise you, right? I'd experienced decent level of success in this industry. But 6 months ago, I was no longer part of a company. 6 months ago, I didn't have a check coming in. 6 months ago, I had $800 left in my bank account, right? 6 months ago, I was broke as a joke. And I'm sitting there driving home from Vegas with Demetrius. We're in the car, just me and him talking. We're going to make it, dude. We're going to make it. We're going to be so rich. We're going to make an impact. We're going to change lives. We're going to create a revolution. We don't know what, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And boom. Look what happened in the last 6 months. There is a purpose behind everything happening in your life. Sometimes you can't see it. Don't run from it. Keep your head down. Keep working. And then one day when you look back, you connect it all and you're like, that's why it happened. Because last year there was 2 things that I was like begging God for every day. Please make this go right. Please make this go right. Please make this go right. You know what I mean? And it didn't. And I kept thinking, gosh, why isn't it going right? I'm doing everything I should, and it's not going right. And ultimately, I look back now, I'm like, thank you, God, for looking out. Because had you made those things work, I wouldn't be here today. So thank you so much that 2019 just slapped me in the face every day of my life, right? But thank you so much, God, that you did that for me. You didn't do that to me. Thank you for doing that for me. Because had you not have done that, I wouldn't be in this room right now with my wife and kids swimming outside this door. I wouldn't be here right now with all the amazing people on today. I wouldn't have gotten to know all the beautiful people in Team Revolution. We wouldn't be impacting all the lives that we are today. Okay, so keep your standards high. Keep working on your mindset. We're going to get through any speed bump on the road. We're going to make it happen. Anyways, have a good one.